All right, guys. The mower that I had it here, I guess last year, maybe the year before, that I bought to mow the mother-in-law's yard. Anyway, I've got to put some deck bearings on it and some new blades on it. We've been mowing now 2 seasons, and we've hit a stump out there a little bit, and I don't know if it messed up one of the bearings, I think, in the middle shaft. I'll turn around and show you which one it is, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, and I'll try to film this while I do it. So this is the mower. This is the one I bought. We've been mowing with it for, like I said, it's going on 2 seasons now, and this thing does an awesome job. So what I'm going to do, take these plates off right here. You can slide up like that. And I'm going to pull these apart and replace the bearings in these shafts right here. I haven't had these apart on this one before. I did my other one, I think, the last time I showed you guys. So this time I'm going to do this one. This is a little bit heavier duty more than the one I use here at the house. So this thing's got 3 of them on there. The 60-inch cuts. I'm going to do both. I'm going to do all 3 of them, replace bearings and all that in them. So anyway, I'm going to get started on here in just a minute, and I'll show you more. So anyway, I'm going to show you, I've got a lift here that I'm going to use. I use that to take the hitch out of the back of my truck. You can see that piece hanging down there. It takes out my 5th wheel hitch out of the back of my truck. So I'm going to raise the front of this thing up here in just a few minutes so I can show you guys what I'm up to. All right, so what I'm going to do is hook this thing around here. I use this thing when I pull the motor out of my bug, so this chain worked pretty good for what I did with it. I'm going to go back another couple of links here to where I can get this chain wrapped around this and hooked. I use this piece here to take out my 5th wheel hitch. It sits on that 5th wheel hitch, and I can hook it, and it picks it up out of the back of my truck. All right, so what I'm going to do first is take the blades off of it. I always want to do safety first because I don't want this thing falling on me. I always put jack stands under that thing. So I sure don't want to die today over a stupid lawnmower. It'd be a bad day. I had to get a shorter socket. I couldn't find the one I was looking for, but this will work right here, I hope. I got a whole different setup here. I got electric now. Oh, yeah. So this thing's got a spring back here. I'm going to unhook that spring right there. Right there, so I can let the tension off of that tensioner there, so I can start getting those out. Pretty hot right out here today too. It's pretty, and right in the freaking sun. I got my Volkswagen in here, which I can show you. So that's the reason I'm doing this outside in the freaking heat. I guess I could have moved the Volkswagen, but because I did, and then it'd come a rain, and I'm not done with it yet. So anyway, it'll work out. 2, 3, 4. And that was hooked on the 5th loop on that chain right there. So I'll try to put it back like it was. And I probably should have been smart and bought a new belt, but I think we'll be all right. This belt ain't hurt. So, all right, let's see if I can see what size bolts these are up here and get these pulleys off. Perfect, first time. So what I'm going to do is remove those pulleys there so I can pull those whole spindles out. That's what I'm up to now. I hope he's come off. Man, I can't believe that one. It came right off of there. What I'm trying to do is get this whole spindle out of here. Let's see if I've got something to knock it down there with. There she goes. All right, so that's what I'm taking out. I'm going to put new bearings in these. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to get this thing in the vise here, because I may need it to hold this thing. Need to get me a bigger vise. This ain't the biggest one in the world, but it does the job. Once I get stuff started, I like to use these brass rods so you don't screw up anything. But what this thing has is it has this bearing, goes on there, and then it has a spacer which goes in between them, so when you tighten them down, they don't move and don't wobble. You see all the string gets wrapped around them. Yeah, all that stuff gets wrapped around there is what messes up the bearings. I'm gonna turn this fan around on me. I'm sweating big time. Woo! Probably just wipe grease on my face, but it's all right. All right. And what I've done when I got a piece of sandpaper, I always got this to do body work. I just want to polish the shaft up a little bit, so if I ever have to take it apart again, it comes off again. I don't think this one was actually the bad one. I think it was the middle one that's bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and change all of them since I ordered them. You can see that's the new bearing. It's supposed to fit it anyway. We'll see. Ooh, it's hot. My little rod go. Let's see if I got a shorter one. And I'm just barely tapping it. It's going right on there. I think the top of that's got a little wedge to it. Looks like it's been beat on before. So that one's on. So now we take this collar and put on here, which takes up the space. And then I need to knock out this other side over here. Tell you what, let me turn around where you can see. So this is what I'm going to do there. I'm going to knock that one out. Now I paid attention to the way that came out. That came out with it up like that because you can tell it had grease there. So what I'm doing is getting that old grease out of there. And when I go back together with it, it's all clean in there and got good grease. Get me some more rags right quick. All right. I got this another new bearing here. I'm gonna knock this one back in. Let me find me a socket right quick that'll fit that. I think I got one. Yep, I got one. So what I like to do is, I'm going to show you. I like to take this because it fits the outer edge of this bearing right here. I usually take a socket or something like that that fits that. That way I don't mess up my bearing putting it back in. You ain't got to beat on this one hard anyway. You see the difference in the sound there. That one is seated down. So now we're going to slide this back in. I may sand on the end of this just a little bit more. It's flared right there on that end. And I think that's the reason that bearing didn't want to come back in there. All I'm trying to do is sand that in. You can see it's got like a lip right there. And I can take my die grinder and clean it up, but if I can do it like this, then we're going to do it this way. I'm just going to say that's good enough, and let's put her back together. what I was afraid of. It's going to push my bearing back out I just put in. There it went. Nice and smooth. So now I'm going to clean this up here. This is my grease Almite that when I grease it all the time, that's what I put my grease into. This right here, I'm going to clean that up so when I get done with it, I can grease them all before I take it back out there. All right, you see I cleaned that up so I can grease it. So I'm thinking go back out here and put this one back on, and I'll show you that, and then I'm going to do the next two. All right, I'm going to give y'all a little different view so you can see how I'm putting that back on. This thing comes in from the bottom right here, and it slides up through here, just like so. You just got to line these bolt holes up here, like that. I'm hoping I can do this without having to drop this deck all the way out. That goes in like that, and I laid that pulley up here. Then this pulley got a keyway in it. I just got to make sure I get that keyway. And that darn thing is hot. Well, I laid it in the darn sun. Wasn't very bright of me. Woo. That thing is hot. All right, goes just like that. That's why somebody has whooped the top of that. That's why I was trying not to do it. And it's got this thing where it don't want to start. Oh, it started. All right. All right, guys, so that's what I'm going to do for the next two. I've got one, and you can see back up under there, I'm going to do next, and then I got one on the other side. So anyway, thanks for watching that. I'll try to show you more. So let me show you what I had to do. I had to take this chains loose right here to let this deck come down to where I can get to that middle bolt right there, or that middle pulley. I do it on both sides, use my lift to pick it up with, and I still got stands under that deck because I don't want none to fall on me. So anyway, I'm going to proceed to take out the next one. All right, guys. I was talking, but I got a new mic and I had it on my shirt, and where I had changed those other two with without the camera on, so my mic turned off. So anyway, on the last few clips, I'm gonna have to be talking to you. So what I'm doing there is I'm trying to get the belt back on, or get the tensioner back up, so I can get the belt on and get it finished up, which was kind of a pain. That chain didn't want to work with me, and then the belt come off on the back side. So I had to go back on the back side and put the belt back on. And I messed with that thing and messed with it for just a few. So anyway, I got it. And then I had to go around there and work on getting it on the side, getting it put on the pulley. So it should be getting it on the pulley now and getting that section completed. But it had come off on the very back of the engine, so I had to fight that for just a few minutes and get all the, get it all lined back up so I could put it on. And there it is. It should snap on right there. I kind of hooked my chain and was trying to roll it on there instead of having to mess with that chain and stretch that thing. So anyway, so I grabbed it and I got it rolled on there. There we go. So I got that part finished. Well, then I'd come over to show you the new blades, because I also bought new blades to go on it. Um, the old ones was a little wore. They weren't real bad, but if you can see that edge back there, I'll show you in a minute, and I'll point my finger to it. The edge back there is the one that's the lift of your picking up your grass when you're mowing. I have had those, yeah, right there. That's your lip right there. And I see what I was pointing at, that cracks and has come off. I found blades with that off, and so it quits lifting up the grass to make that blade cut it. We hit one of the tree limbs out there, one of those stumps out of the ground is, I think, messed up that blade. That one right there is a little bent. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and put new blades on it since I was doing the bearings and doing all that, and have it ready to go again. So I don't know what I was doing there. I guess I was studying it. I don't know. I was probably talking, but you couldn't hear me. So what I'm doing there is I'm getting down so I can scrape all of the grass off from under it. And it wasn't very much under there. That thing's really good about throwing the grass off from it and not having to clean it very often at all. But I do like to keep it clean so it don't rust out that deck. So once I get all that out, I will take and put the blades on. And I did mention on there, make sure if you put those blades on that blade goes down, the flat side goes down and the bevel comes up, because if you put them on backwards, it ain't going to cut so well. So I'm greasing it there, getting all those greased and getting them ready to go. I'll get all those greased and
to chase the slow, steady chase down race. They'll never catch me. I'm too fast. This robot's freedom's built to last. The beat is glitching. Can't you see? Come and roll away with me. Lawnmower on the run. Beep, beep, beep. While the whole darn city's asleep. Lawnmower on the run. What a spree! I'm a robot, wild and free. Do the robot spin and glide? Nowhere left for you to hide. Wiggle your antenna, do a beep. From this prison, I will leave. Freedom's great. It's the best. Putting my robot skills to the test. Yeah. Lawnmower on the run. What a spree! I'm a robot, wild and free. On the run. Beep, beep, beep. While the whole darn city's asleep. Lawnmower on the run. What a spree! I'm a robot, wild and free.
all right, guys. I was getting right there close to the finish there. I'm putting those chains back on, getting those tightened up, getting them ready to get it back together. Also, guys, I wanted you to, if you'll send me a thing and something you want to watch that I do, I don't mind showing if I can do it. And I'll just like and subscribe and just let me know what you'd like to see, and we'll try to do it.